are in the Ulster at our home field today for the third pick. We already did a little bit before the weekend and we're now going to finish it today after the weekend. So everything we pick here goes in the bin except for the really bad ones. We pre-sort everything which comes out because there's a lot of small apples which we just don't want to put in the igloo storage. So that's how we're going to do it. Let's see how it goes. So the Golden Delicious is the next variety that we pick, and as you can see we get beautiful bins of Golden Delicious this year, and it also seems a lot as this is just from one side of a row, and it's nice to have a full bin on one side of a row where we only have every other tree planted. So the yield is doing quite well, but also the size is doing quite well, and that's really important. As a Golden Delicious is only valuable to us if the size is big enough. If it's a small apple, then nobody's gonna buy it because the Golden Delicious just has to be a big apple. And these actually turned sweet this year, and for the Netherlands that's amazing, as Golden Delicious usually don't have a lot of taste, but this year they do. So this is what the third pick of Ulster looks like, and as you can see it's not even that bad. I mean, everything went in the bin except for the open wounded apples, and if you look at the bin right now, that this isn't too bad for everything in the bin. We still sort these out so that way we get the good quality separated from the small ones, as we don't want to put apples like this size in our igloo storage. So we're gonna sort these out so they go for apple juice, but the big ones, they look really nice, so we're gonna sort them out and separate them so we only get the big Ulster of the third pick in our cold store. I think that's making a lot of sense, as it would be a shame to throw all of these apples in the apple juice, as they are still good quality. So let's bring these home and then we can sort all of these out. Well, now our front field is also getting its final pick. So we already picked here once. We didn't get a lot out of here. And now we have the final pick. And we don't get a lot of out of here either. So it just means the yield of this field is quite low. Just like the other one. Only our home field is producing a lot of Ulster this year. As you can see, most of the trees are mostly empty or completely empty, and some of them have very small apples, just like the symptoms in the other fields, because we root pruned quite aggressively. But yeah, we sort it out, so we still keep the big ones, and the small ones will all go away for the apple juice. So this will take another 1.5 days, and then this will be finished, and we can continue into the Doyenne Camise and the Boskoop. So altogether, we don't have a lot of Elster this year. The final pick probably delivered about 100 bins in total, which isn't a lot. So we have now started harvesting Boskoop and also the Doyenne Camise. So the machines both came out of the Elster, and we put one in the Doyenne Camise and the other one in the Boskoop. That way they both have a nice job to do. So we don't have a lot of Doyenne Camise, but a few bins will come out anyway. The Boskoop, however, that's a lot again. The Boskoop is always a lot, as they just yield really nice whatever the season is. So these are two nice looking bins of Doyenne Camise. As you can see, these grow a lot bigger as trees which we planted at home. But we like to have some small size pears as well, because having only big size is an issue. We don't need a lot of Doyenne Camise. A few bins is more than enough for our local trade, but in the vending machines they do really well, and that's where we will sell them during this winter. So let's bring these home. Alright, so we are now harvesting the red Boskoop. So these are not the red Boskoop which we got at home. These are the older red Boskoop. As you can see, they have a nice color. And yeah, they are really ripe at this moment. So that's excellent for a Boskoop. And in the bin, they look fabulous. They are not even as rough for a Boskoop. Usually they are a lot more rough. So yeah, it's a good season for a Boskoop. And we also have a good yield, as the next bin is over there already, which is about 20 meters. So that's really nice.